microscope to ascertain why, despite spending large sums of money from the national kitty, results of pupils at the BECE level have often been far from satisfactory. We have interacted with pupils, teachers, parents, administrators, and political, traditional, and civic leaders to find out the causes of these shortcomings and how they can be rectified. The example of Obuasi, which has managed to be a shining star in spite of dealing with many of the same challenges as the other project districts, has also been highlighted. In our previous program, we returned to Ho and Cape Coast to check on positive feedback from the curriculum series. Today, it's the turn of Ashaiman and Obuasi to provide examples of the impact of the documentaries. In Ashaiman, the cluster of schools was faced with a variety of problems: congestion, security issues, including encroachment by townsfolk, especially unsavory elements, and sanitation. In each area, there has been marked improvement. At the behest of the MCEE, a commitment has been made to decongest the schools, and a town hall meeting held to sensitize the people to the importance of the schools to the community. There has also been cooperation between the school authorities and the various football teams which use the sports facilities of the schools to enable effective study and also to provide security for the premises. There have also been great improvements in sanitation with the adoption of both a monthly sanitation program and daily cleaning by pupils. Another effect of the curriculum has been the decision of the Tema Development Corporation (TDC) to release 5.7 acres for the construction of new facilities for the cluster. The GET Fund has also been energized to release additional funds for projects in Ashaiman. With regards to security, theft cases in schools have been reduced to the barest minimum as a result of meetings with Ashaiman community leaders. And again, as a result of contacts between the police and the municipal assembly, a visibility center is to be constructed in the cluster of schools.
Just after you came here and left, I was actually happy and touched. But at least the people of Ashaiman are seeing what our school looks like in terms of cluster. And that school that we see produce a lot of good people for Ashaiman, including my good self. And so showing what is wrong in the school and what needs to be fixed. I think that it wasn't a bad reportage that was aired in this country. It was to show us that we need to take our responsibilities serious. And so just after that, we committed ourselves in resolving some of the issues there. One of it is to decongest the school because of its location. Now immediately you cannot speed up the decongestion program because you need to do it systematically. And so we need to deal with the situations that we saw in terms of the security of the place, the way the place became a thoroughfare for people going to market. They walk through the school. We need to get watchmen and man the place and also educate people that we don't have to do this, because we have to even do a town hall meeting to educate people that this is our only school. Can we turn the school into a market, into kind of a drug peddling grounds where people converge and do a lot of nefarious activities? And so people bought into what we were doing. Some people even supported. They stopped them from passing through the school. We had some watchmen, and I think that that situation for now is not there. Now, with regards to those people going to the school, smoking Indian hemp and doing all sort of things, I went there personally. As late as 9 o'clock, I met some people there. I told them, hey, we grew up together. You know me, I know you. I'm now the chief executive. You can smoke. Nobody prevents you from smoking, but not in the school. Because all of you have kids and they go through this school. And so you want your kids to learn from you or what? And most of them bought into that, and some of them willingly stopped coming to smoke in the school again.
I was able to watch the program, and since that time we've been able to meet the community coaches who do their trainings here, and we have put in place some measures. So they wait till we close before they come here to play the football. And in the morning, so early in the morning, they come before school starts. So immediately school starts, they close. And fortunately for us, Football for Wash was here. They have trained our teachers, including the community coaches. So they are taught how to tidy up after their trainings. So when they finish their trainings, they tidy up. And these days, you come here during classes, you don't find them here till the school closes.
Normally, we do train more than 1.5 hours to 2 hours. But these days, we've stopped because of the school children. a team have about 100 youth, under 12, under 14, and under 17. We train them together with the boys because most of the boys, they come from the school. And right now, you know, the area there, if we don't train the boys and we leave them to go outside, they will go to the ghetto. They will go and miss the boys over there, and we don't like it like that. So we want to train the boys so that after that they go to the class and learn. And moreover too, they've given us time. In the morning we come here 6 o'clock and leave around 8. In the evening we start 4:30 or 4:45 and leave at 6:30. By the time we start training, the school children, they've left. We don't want to disturb the authorities because when we disturb them, they will also disturb us. They will ask us not to come again, and we don't like it so because the environment here, we don't have playing grounds. This is the only place that we all train.
The school is close to a market. Before you came here, people used to pass through the JHS to the primary school, use that gate out. But these days, because we closed that one early, and the security man does not stay there after closing the gate until the primary school closes before he comes around to open. So if even you pass through the JHS gate to the other side, you get there and there's no way for you to get out of the school. So those who know are not passing through the school again. And the community is also aware that the gate is closed at 8:30. So these days after 8 o'clock, you don't find people coming close to the gate.
On sanitation, as a municipality, also introduced the monthly sanitation program by the local government and then daily cleaning by the children. So at least once in a month, they come together and then tidy up the compound. So sanitation has improved. The toiletries, there have been some maintenance in some of the toilets and then the urinal, and the teachers have to see to it that the children take care of it and then they tidy up from time to time.
Now, why we dragging our feet a bit in terms of committing much resources into the cluster of school is because finally, we are going to decongest the school. Now, the whole town has taken that decision. They've accepted it that we need to replace the school and turn it into a commercial center where most of our cars and markets that have surrounded the school will be positioned well so that there will be free flow within the central business area of Ashama. And so we are doing much, and I can tell you that within this short period, because of the project that you embarked on, it's necessitated and it's propelled us for TDC to release 5.7 acres as part of the decongestion exercise. And as I speak to you, we have 3-4 get fund projects that we are going to cut short. And so we are doing much.
If you look at the compound currently, as compared to before you came in, you find students who leave the classroom, some go for break, they don't come back. But these days the compound is tidy, so they feel comfortable here.
So the situation has improved. Before the school resumed, there was fumigation by the environmental sanitation department to make sure that any contamination during the vacation period has been taken care of.
Concerning the theft cases on the compound, we had a meeting with the opinion leaders in Ashaiman, and we were able to put in some measures. When we are not in school, they are here. The community, especially the footballers, they play ball here. So after the meeting, they assured us that they will make sure everything is in order. And since then, we have not recorded even one case of theft on this compound.
And moreover, we the footballers, we are taking care of the school too. We died here for them. We sacked the boys from here. We sacked the boys who used to come and mess up here.
For now, we are in link with the municipal assembly, and our plans are that they have to find some space where we can locate at least on visibility point, so that we hold them at bay, those who come around to disturb the children or those who pass through or use the school as a thoroughfare.
We are far advanced with regards to the visibility center. It's there, it's an abandoned bungalow, and so we have taken it back and we want to rehabilitate it and set up the visibility center within the school so that the police will be there 24/7. For me, the media, when they expose a problem, it's an opportunity for every leader who wants to aspire to a higher position. When you expose a problem, it's for me to work hard. It's for me to pull all the resources around. Once I solve the problem, it makes a plus for me. And so if everybody has seen all over Ghana, and Star Ghana's program was not only to show Ashama, but to show the problems we have in terms of public educational infrastructure. This is a whole nation-wide problem. And so it's a step in the right direction. So we want more of such things, we want more of collaboration so that we can move forward as a nation.
During the filming of the curriculum series, it was evident that Obuasi was consistently the best performer in terms of academic performance. This by no means meant that it was a paradise, but stakeholders had come together to ensure good work by both pupils and teachers. A return to the municipality showed positive outcomes there as well. For instance, at Ayasi, the school block had been fixed with the help of benefactors, and at Buete, issues with the roofing and cracks in the wall had also been repaired. Elsewhere, contractors had been called back to fix leakages in a project before it would be handed over to the educational authorities. Concerning inclusive education, ramps at Sakafiu School were to be scaled down and handrails provided to make them more disability friendly. The educational authorities affirmed that the programs had provided a big boost to the morale of teachers, especially. On the physical front, improvements have been made, particularly in the area of sanitation. Monitoring of school teachers' attendance and their output has been stepped up to ensure that both teachers and pupils do not regress from the high standards set. Outside the classroom walls, both parents and pupils have increased their commitment to extracurricular study to maintain good academic performance.
The school block at Ayasi was ripped off by rainstorm, and as an assembly, we annually have our maintenance and operational programs. So already with that disaster, plans were afoot to really repair the school buildings. At the time we came, yes, we had not been to site. And it's good as collaborators also came in, and that made people also see the challenges that we do have as an assembly. Thank God all that has been fixed. So, well, it's good that you took a look at it. People also saw what we had, and it's good that now the children have a better place. They've gone back to their classrooms.
Ayasi had the whole building. If you look at the two buildings, unfortunately, the new one was the one which had its roof ripped off. But the assembly, through its own internally generated funds, was able to get the whole thing done. In fact, the MCU was highly committed to the program.
As you can see, some time ago when you came, from the KG up to class 6, we were occupying the upper classroom. But for now, all the classrooms has been set back. And then you can see the KG, the primary one, up to class 3. We are now in our normal classrooms.
Another day, Debbie, Maniaji, say you know GTV4. Most my bomb home or the number free income, I'm to me back or black number here. Said the school some SCTA and Mary Trim, a Tron carter to one and one and co. And then Uncle Pada, my GTV4, mobile, Nemina, Akuye, Tinaseka Siapa, and Coma GTV, a Kuno, Samabua.
Now is been pulled down and a new one is going to come up. Of course, good classroom blocks, furniture, and all these things, they are enhancers for education delivery. If they are there, it serves the purpose very much. But if they are not there, or when they are not even adequate, here in Obuasi, education stakeholders are never demotivated.
This is a very good program that you are doing. The other time when I watched it, I saw all that we were discussing with the panel members. It has been, in a way, helped us a lot to put us on our toes to rectify all these defects that we have in all the structures. Concerning the defects at St. Joseph, I think there are some leakages. That's why we have the defect liability period when the projects are handed over. At the time of us taking over the project from the contractor, we didn't have such a problem. But later on, there was a complaint. There were some small leakages. So we sent the contractor back to site. He rectified all those leakages. But I'm now hearing from you that the leakages are continuing. So we are going to call back the contractors to come and fix them before they even use the facility. Concerning the ramp at Sakafia, we have realized that. So we are going to scale the ramps down so that the physical channel can access the toilet facility. Or we provide handrails at both sides. Until that thing is fixed, we are not going to take over the project. That one I can assure you.
Let me confess to you that it's had a very great impact on the system. Looking at the morale of the teachers and then the managers of our schools, we see that it has had a very great impact on them. But as to the physical changes, a lot of things are now rolling on, except that there are some one or two challenges, but still we find a way out to get things done. Well, what we've done so far is that when it comes to sanitation in the schools, we did assembly, has been able to do a lot for us, so that children no more move out of school compound to find a place to get themselves eased and so on and so forth. Secondly, we've been able to have a series of workshops for our teachers to put them on a sharp focus so that they can work very well. So we have stepped up our monitoring system now. So now we've formed teams that are going to go out. And beside the teams that will go out, we're looking at where the individual teaching staff in the office are staying, so that we assign them to 2 or 3 schools on the route from their houses to the office.
Being aware of that problem, budgetary provisions had been made. There's a site where the new facility to come up is already at the foundation level, and for 2015 again we've made provisions to go and continue that project so that they can move from there. Another arrangement that we made was that we talked with the AGA, that's Anglo Ashanti, talking about the footprint reduction exercise where they are reducing the operations. If they could assist us with some facilities that they will not need now, so that as a makeshift type of thing, then the directorate can go there until such time they will complete the project that we're talking about. And recently, we were requested to submit 3 critical projects to the Ministry of Local Government, and then putting up an office block complex for the Education Directorate is one of the projects that we sent to the ministry. So we're all looking forward to having really better facilities for our director and then his staff.
Following your first visit and then a subsequent invitation to GTV in Accra, we came down and realized that our plan of getting Anglo Ashanti School to be on the first 10 in the country, the presentation we did in Accra has actually given the people in the community the desire to come here. Now our files here will tell you a lot of applications have come from people who want to come and teach and from parents who want to bring their children to school. But for now we cannot do it because we are constrained by space. So in terms of people wanting to come, there are a lot of applications. That aside, we as a school also want to put in place mechanisms that will help improve upon our lot. We are aware of our results already, but what are we doing so that the results that we have had for this year will be better in future? Teachers are teaching, assessment is being done, but how can I be sure sitting here that the assessment being done in the classroom is the proper one? So we designed a tracker which the assistant heads are using. Apart from that, we also have to improve upon instructional time. So now formally they were teaching from 7 o'clock, now it's 6 a.m. 6 a.m. the form 3s are there, and then they stay in after 3 and close at 4:30. So you see that we are doing more contact hours than before. The conventional way of teaching has been the lecture approach, but this time around we have gone beyond the lecture approach to do group activity. We have something called small group cooperative learning group. So we put our students into identifiable groups. At the JHS level, where they are matured, we want to assign names that are usually academic. In my field of mathematics, we want to identify a group like the Isaac Newtons. So as soon as we mention the Newtonian group, they are happy. They want to be associated with such groups. So they are given special tasks that cannot be performed in the class. So they go home, do it and come. And then the group leaders will come and make a report. So it's like we are deviating from the conventional way of doing the normal teaching to adding this kind of thing, and it is helping a lot. Feedback from the parents are telling them, hey, headmaster, what are you doing this time? Looks like our children are more serious this time than before. We also have cluster grouping. I stay at Danko Estate. Some of the children are staying there. So Mr. Nkuma, the headmaster for the GHS, has put the children in groups. So you will notice that when you go to DSS 25, children living around that place are there. And then sometimes we use the parents to supervise, and then they give us feedback.
One of the kids is my daughter. In order for them not to while away their time by watching TV and stuff like that, every evening they are here at 6 and they do group studies. That's very good. So designed by the head teacher that is helping them. There are about 9 of them here. So what they do is that every topic that they will take,
and make sure that they all fully participate. And it's helping. I was teaching in secondary school before I joined Anglo-Gold Ashanti. I allowed them to learn on their own, and when the need arises, I just jump in to tell them one or two. This is not the only place. This is just to capture those around this area. I think this is something good for everybody to emulate.
I'm from Anglo-Gold Ashanti Junior High School. I am in JHS 3D. We gather here every evening to have a study group. And this study group helps us in our academics. If one doesn't understand anything, he consults a friend so that he gets further explanation of what is being taught at school. And it really helped us.
As an organization, ProLink is very thankful to GTV and the Star Ghana for the curriculum projects. I believe it has provided a platform for challenges within the community, especially the education sector, to be highlighted, and also for us to learn from other communities that are doing well. It has also provided an avenue for sharing of ideas, and I think it is helping because I have personally had an encounter with someone from Mansia West District. Initially, he was looking at a way for them to also showcase their problem, and I told him that it's not just a matter of showcasing, but it's also a platform for us to learn from what others are doing. So once they are closer to Obuasi, they can also come over and learn from us. So I believe that the program is worth doing, and I would like to thank the sponsors and GTV for the platform given us. And we believe it will not end here, but it will continue to also highlight other social problems that we are facing, especially in Obuasi, including galamsey and child abuse and sexual violence.
The World Program provided an avenue for all the stakeholders to see what collectively has been achieved as a municipality, and we are grateful for that. For those outside of Obuasi, they've seen the pictures, they've heard the stories, and they do call. Some of them do call our colleagues, and so when we meet, they commend us, and then they also indicate they want to know, how Obuasi is able to do it. Take for example the bar structures. That did not deter good performance. So others are learning from that, and definitely they are going to go on to make sure that they catch up with us. I will not say to beat us, they can't beat us. For stakeholders within Obuasi, people are happy that yes, our efforts have been made known, and that encouragement is there to do much more.
Others in the community concur that their curriculum programs have provided an avenue for their success to be showcased nationwide and are grateful. Doubtless, there are further obstacles to be surmounted, not only in Obuasi but throughout Ghana, as we seek to make education, especially at the basic level, a tool for national development. The curriculum has been brought to you by the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation and Star Ghana. It has been an interesting journey. We thank you for your time and commitment in staying with us. Goodbye.